All right. This is episode 3, take 2. All right. So what's up, y'all? This is J&Wil, and I'm gonna be talking about a few things. I guess what we're gonna start with is the NFL racist part 2. So I'll let my brother start off with that.
Yeah, we was just talking about this last week, touching on the NFL. But I guess Brian Flores came out with some information saying that what was he saying?
He was saying that black coaches are paid to lose games up to maybe what $100,000 to $200,000 to lose games, and it feeds into that perception that black coaches aren't as qualified as white coaches, because that's one of the things they consider when they hire new coaches.
Paying them to lose games. Wow, that's crazy, because if a black coach allow an owner to, if an owner come to a black coach, let's say Dallas Cowboys Jerry Jones, I don't think he ever had a black coach, but we just gonna use him as an example, and go in there and say, well, lose this game and lose that game and lose this game. You know what I'm saying? And for whatever reason, they want them to lose that game. And in this case right here, is to make black people look like they're incompetent, like they can't really coach games and they shouldn't be in that position. Then any black coach that does that, any black man that does that, is messing it up for the next generation of coaches to come after him. That's just the way I feel. You know what I'm saying? And he's stupid, and that's dumb. You know, go out there, do your best, and try to be the best. That's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? They always want to be inferior than we are in every single thing. But you look at the sport of football, you're not. They're not. 70-80% of the players are African American, and they're good. That's just what it is.
Yeah, well, the thing is, just like a plantation is set up, I think that analogy fits, because yeah, you're good enough to run up and down that field, but your body is the one that's suffering. You're the one who is running up against other players at high speeds. You're the one who is constantly practicing, running up and down the field, hurting your joints. Most of these players started playing when they were in Little League. Most of them been playing when they were in middle school to high school to college, straight to the NFL. It's oftentimes they farm these kids when they're little kids. Have you a little elementary son, and he's a black kid, and he's in 5th grade, and he's already 6 feet tall. Oh, he's gonna get all kind of mentors from the community. You're gonna get men from all over trying to mentor that young black kid. Now let that same black kid, be another black kid who grew up on the wrong side of the tracks, and who's a thug, what they consider a thug, or a kid that's always in trouble, and he's going to fall through the cracks. So the thing is, they got football set up and basketball set up as a sport to kind of pluck kids out of certain neighborhoods and certain situations, simply not to change their lives, but to use their bodies to feed into a machine, which is the NFL.
Yeah, but another thing about that too, I look at social media, and a lot of parents are doing the same thing to their kids. They grooming them for the NFL. They grooming them for college. They grooming them, you know what I'm saying? They might have a son that's 6'4", like you said, 300 and something pounds, or automatically they put them in every camp they can get them in. They put them in every activity they can get them in that has to do with football. They are, because that's their meal ticket. You know what I'm saying? So the parents is doing that as well. And man, I see that on Facebook a lot. I do. I see, which I am not saying that's a bad thing, because parents are supposed to support their kids in whatever sport they want to do. But it's a bigger picture to the whole the whole system. It's a bigger picture to the whole system.
Yeah, and the thing about it is that they could be good, and they could be good at sports, but there's a ceiling to the NFL. There's a glass ceiling, because your son or your nephew or whatever, he's not going to become a team owner ever if he's black. He's not going to become, and we talk about the next step as far as our careers or the next goals, and everything is about, okay, what's the next thing to do? And we have a lot of players who are retiring, and a lot of them, if you black, you can't even get the money that they have available for a concussion, oftentimes, because, and I'll put the link inside. And once we post the video, I'll put the links in comments. But one of the things that they found out is that when they try to go for assistance, oftentimes when they're black, they're discriminated even at that level, because it's a matter of them saying, okay, well, cognitively, you were below average anyway.
Wow.
And that's what they do.
So where did they come up with that? Statistics.
Oh, well, I was watching a video. A former NFL player. I can't remember what team he played for, but they discriminated against him like that. And right now, I think he played for like 8 or 9 seasons. He was a moderate player, but you know, his brain, like his functions, like right now, he can't even some days get out of bed.
Yeah, that's because all of that banging and hitting over the years. And
But the NFL don't want to pay him right now though.
And they don't even.
They're trying. What they're saying is one of the requirements is you have to prove that you wasn't suffering from something already. So I don't know if the NFL tests you when you come into the NFL. I don't know if it's a lot. Hey,
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't know for me. I don't know either. But
I'll put that link in the comments, and then you can judge for yourself, and he'll speak for himself about what he's as far as being discriminated against, and as far as him being black being the reason why, and one of the excuses. Most black men aren't even getting that money for the concussions. But not just that though. If you want to go back to that film Concussion that Will Smith did a few years ago. I don't know if any of y'all seen it. You probably want to check it out. But that movie is about a forensic pathologist, Dr. Bennett Amalu. And he discovers he discovers this neurological deterioration, you know, while conducting an autopsy on another former NFL player, Mike Webster. And this autopsy found that there's a disorder that is similar to Alzheimer's disease, known as chronic traumatic encephalopathy.
Encephalopathy.
Right.
Yeah.
Encephalopathy. So with this disorder or whatever, it's been out for years, man. He's been saying this stuff for years. He says he don't even watch NFL because he says every time, he said it takes one time. This doctor said it takes one time. He was on CNN. This is right before the Super Bowl. And he was saying that it doesn't take a career of running into other sports players or football players with your equipment on in order for you to catch this disorder. He said it just takes one time.
Wow. Hey, they had.
He said it only takes one time. He said so. The NFL is going to have to change. It has to change, and it's just a matter of time before it changes. But what the billionaires who are behind it are saying to themselves is, we're going to get as much money out of it as we can while we can.
Yeah, and they definitely know it's a problem because Junior Seau was one of the, not the greatest, but he was a top tier linebacker that played for the San Diego Chargers for years. And I don't know if anybody familiar with this story, but when he died, I think he ended up killing himself, shooting himself in the head because he was suffering. And he was well off. He had money. He came from Hawaii, and he played all them years in NFL, but he had a brain disorder. Then they eventually did an autopsy, and they said that he had that disease that you was talking about.
Right, and then the black guy who, Spanish guy or whatever, who thought he was in a gang or whatever.
Oh yeah, the Hernandez guy, yeah.
And what they said with
for New England Patriots, the Hernandez guy, that killed the guy.
Yeah, And so they said with the recent data, they find this disorder in NFL players the most. And they also find it in domestic violence, people who have experienced domestic violence, and they find it oftentimes in people coming back from military combat.
Yeah, but see, they already know this. And I'm not going to sit here and make myself believe that the NFL owners do not know that playing football, hitting each other at a high rate of speed, going in the gym, working out all week, practicing in practice, and then getting on the field on Sunday, and you at your maximum peak, they feed you. It's just like a plantation.
But there's one guy that they showed, and they had his story. He was being interviewed by Brian Gumbel, and what he was saying, his brother. But when he was alive, they were talking about his story. He died in like his 30s. And they dissected his brain, but they just talked about his symptoms, and they showed old footage of him and the things that he went through, you know, not being coordinated and how he deteriorated physically. And then they showed how when he was in high school, when he was in college, he was fit and he was like a Greek god to them. And then, it's a black kid, and that they got to go see him now, see his grave. You know, and he was a young kid, healthy kid, played sports all his life.
So do you think? So let's just ask me ask a question. So you got The 65% of the NFL is black, and you got the other 35% is white. So this problem obviously it got to be with all players. It just doesn't. It just doesn't fit.
It only take one hit.
Right. Only takes one hit.
But if you look at the stars, if you look at the people who get because if you look at the stars, they get the most hits, they get the most sacks, they get the most runs. If you're getting the most runs, you're gonna get hit the most.
Yeah.
If you holding the ball the most, you're getting hit the most.
Except for quarterbacks. Quarterbacks, they protect.
Once the quarterback let go of the ball, he good. Most of the time.
Yeah, but
I'm talking about most plays. Most plays, if you count most, unless he's having a bad game. But you can go through a whole game without the quarterback getting touched in at least the first half.
You can.
You can. So the quarterback, once he released the ball, they good.
Right.
Whereas one player might have to go through 4 or 5 players to get into the end zone.
Right. Running backs, receivers.
So all things ain't fair and equal. And if you look at the quarterback position, who's mostly in that position?
Whites. Mostly whites.
Okay.
That's true.
So who the ones getting hit the most and running the most, and and they being held to a higher standard because they take these hits. And but the thing about that is, man, I think is the worst part about it is that if you go to the little league, that's when it starts.
Yeah, definitely starts with the kids.
So I mean, it's the wear and tear on your body
over the years.
But your wear and tear, you lucky once you retire that you can still pay those doctor bills and pay those expenses and live a high quality life, where most cases they not gonna live a high quality life.
So would you let your sons play sports, football particularly?
It wouldn't be about me letting them. It'd be about, because if they get to a certain age, they got to make their own decision. But I do feel like at a certain age, you shouldn't even be allowed to do the sport. Like they shouldn't have little league football. They shouldn't have those little boys running up into each other, because those little boys get concussions.
Right.
All the time. And we just be tough. And they got some big giant white man who job on the line telling your little son who just got hit upside his head, be tough.
Right.
His job is on the line. Be tough. White, suck it up. And they that's a little boy. That goes all the way back to the college, where the coach has got his hand all the way back here smacking your son upside his head with his hand. Pay attention.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
Grabbing them by the face mask, shaking their whole head. Right there.
Yeah.
Like they used to
doing
do
that
when we was a kid. Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah. All for the game.
All for the game.
All for the game.
So the NFL eats its players. And even if you look at the players and their jerseys, man, as far as their endorsements, we say, well, they get a bunch of endorsements. Man, they don't sell one jersey, man, with their name on it without that NFL name attached to it.
That's right.
So they getting money out of that too. So the NFL is big, man, and the money they make is ridiculous, man. So what we were talking about last episode was that the NFL needs to get together and the black players need to get together and pool their money. And if we had 50 players and all of them had 20 million apiece, that would be up to $1 billion. And then they get funders and stuff like that. Well, guess what? Somebody must have been paying attention to what we was talking about, because Mr. Phil Mickelson will deal with Saudis to pressure the PGA Tour. And if y'all are not familiar with Mr. Phil Mickelson, he has won 45 events on the PGA Tour, including 6 major championships, 3 Masters titles, 2 PGA championships, and 1 Open championship. With his win at the 2021 PGA Championship, he became the oldest major championship winner in history at 50. So this dude is big time, man. And he got some big stuff going on. And this came out yesterday, actually, right before, when I was looking for topics for us to talk about today. And this was timely, because he had answered a question. And the question was, why contemplate taking the money for a Saudi-funded league? And what he said in response was, it's all about a once-in-a-lifetime chance to let players have more say in how the PGA Tours run. Also, he said, their scary mother, and you fill in the blank, to get involved with. Speaking about the Saudis, we know they've killed Washington Post reporter Jamal Khashoggi and have a horrible record on human rights. This is him talking. They execute people over there for being gay. Knowing all of this, why would I consider it? Because this is still a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to reshape how the PGA Tour operates. As for the PGA Tour, he says it's a dictatorship that manipulates and divides.
And
that manipulates and
divide.
That's right.
Same thing.
Let me add this little part though. I'm just going to finish this little piece before you take off on it. According to the Associated Press, Mickelson says he's recruited 3 other top players he has not named for the Saudi-backed golf league. Also, he added that attorneys who also haven't been named have been already paid to write the operating agreement, the news outlet reported. Also, the Associated Press reported that Mickelson said he has 20 players ready for the league, for the proposed league already. Now, how you like me now?
That's deep. Yeah, that's you know what that's saying. If y'all ain't gonna do it, we gonna do it. They don't even that's crazy because we can't even come up with a system to own anything. But as soon as they feel like they're being injustice, the PGA Tour been around for over 100 years. They've been around for over 100 years, and here it is, Phil Mickelson, one of the top golfers in the world, that's been the top golfer in the world, said, nah, I'm telling you, we not having that.
Taking his power.
Taking up, you know what I'm saying? He said, nah, we going to figure out a way to go do our own thing because y'all are dictating us. Y'all are treating us like some shit. I'm going to say it. You know what I'm saying? Here it is. We've been treated like that for 400 years, and we got a little bit of money and we won't even do it.
But look at it like this, though. Golf, it's not like you can play that up until your 80s if you just put on some glasses.
You sure can.
Because all you doing is hitting the ball, hopping on a little vehicle and driving. Those football players, it's the wear and tear on your body from the time you in Little League. You almost guaranteed to have a brain disorder by the time you retire. And your brain, by the time you turn 30 and 40, is going to be mush.
Yep, that's more the reason why that you should do your own thing and figure out another way. You know what I'm saying? To own something. That's just how I feel about it.
In a minute, it ain't going to make a difference. Because football is going to change, and it's not going to have the money that it has right now. Right now, football is the most popular sport in the world. It blows the NBA out the water. It blows golf out the water. Don't nobody reach the NFL. Trust me, the NFL brings in more money than any sport.
Yeah, I agree with you. I definitely know that.
And the thing about that is that it's so much money in it. You got so many billionaires controlling it that the players are just peons.
Yeah, absolutely.
They just
paying them a little bit of money.
Just we think they're heroes.
Right, for sure. Let that sink in, everybody. We think they're heroes. We think they're heroes. No, we're not. They're not heroes. They're not heroes because they don't own nothing. You don't own nothing. They can't even quit. They're under contract. They stuck. So
and most of them, once they do retire, they got to deal with so many chronic illnesses or chronic pain, man, and get on this medication. And then half the time, man, they don't even have their memory, or they can't even remember family members, or they need help with going about their day or just living a normal life, man. And that's the side of football we don't see and they don't want us to see.
Yeah.
So my heart out to the football players, man. All I'm saying, man, if you're a football player, y'all need to start getting together, man, and getting some real power. And even in the NBA, man, y'all need to start getting together and getting some real power. And if you don't think you have like a blueprint in place, then, hey, go take a look at Phil Mickelson.
Yeah, for sure. Let's move on to the next subject, boss.
All right, so Kim Potter's sentence. All right, Kim Potter, the ex-cop convicted in Deontay Wright's death, is sentenced to 2 years. And then the thing about that is the judge, I mean, I saw her on, she was speaking, and the judge was very emotional during the sentencing phase. I didn't understand that. I didn't like it either. I thought that was very unbecoming. Also, she claimed she thought her gun was a taser. But my thing was, it was a traffic stop. Why are you reaching for your taser for this young man anyway?
And why is the judge being emotional? For what reason?
Yeah, I didn't understand that either.
On whose side?
Right, but were you that emotional when you found out this kid was killed? Dante's mother says she will never forgive Kim Potter. Also, Dante Wright, 20, was stopped for a traffic violation.
So is this a black and white thing? Is this the cop was white and
yeah, she was. Yeah, this lady was definitely white.
Wow. I didn't really follow that. I haven't really seen too much on that right there. But that goes on every single day. And we already know it, But to get a 2-year sentence for for what? Manslaughter? What they lowered the card for manslaughter?
I'm not sure what the conviction.
You thought it was a
actually
taser. You
was.
thought your gun was a taser. You know, that's unacceptable and it's ridiculous. And to get 2 years for, you thought, okay, so now you admitting that you went to reach for something and you fired. So now you reach for your taser, but it was your gun. You thought you was reaching for your taser, but you pulled your gun and you killed them, but you get 2 years. So just because you thought that it was a taser, is that the reason why she got the 2 years? I don't understand it because, I mean, that is, you took somebody's life. Now, what is a life worth? What is a life worth? To me, a life is worth $100 billion, in my opinion. If you reach for a gun and shoot my mother or somebody in my family that's close to me, no amount of money in the world can ever heal that to me. You know, so that's kind of, but that goes on every day. That goes on every day, man. That goes on every single day, and it's unacceptable. And that goes back to what we were saying earlier. We don't, as a people, as a race of people, we don't stick together, and you know what I'm saying? We don't understand what unity really is. You know, not saying everybody don't, but you know, you got to come a point in time where we got to stand for something. That's just what it boiled down to.
Yeah, well,
and she should be fired. And she should. Well,
she was fired.
Oh, she was fired, and she got 2 years in prison, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. Well,
justice served.
So I think the prosecutor was looking for 7 years, but it was strange that the prosecutor couldn't make up their mind during the sentencing phase. They kept changing what they wanted, and them along with the judge. I don't know what was going on with that, but it just shows that a black life isn't worth much, and very unfortunate that it happened like that. And my heart goes out to the mother and the family and the friends, and I think he had kids too. So my heart goes out to his children.
Absolutely.
Very sad. Also, Kodak Black shot outside Justin Bieber's concert after party. Kodak Black was one of 4 people injured outside of Justin Bieber after party. And this was early Saturday morning during Super Bowl weekend. Shots rang out in West Hollywood outside of Justin Bieber after party. VIP guests like Drake, Leo DiCaprio, Tobey Maguire, and Khloe Kardashian mingled. Close to 3 in the morning, Kodak, some guy named Gunner, and Lil Baby were standing on the street smiling and talking when a fight broke out. Once the fight broke out, not long after, someone started shooting. 10 shots were heard. Kodak Black was shot in the leg. Witnesses say Kodak Black swung on someone. I guess someone was jumping one of his friends or someone he knew. And him and another guy went over there and they saw Kodak Black swinging on someone before the fight started. But then all that stopped once someone started shooting.
Yeah, I bet. I bet. Yeah. Well, Kodak Black, you just got pardoned by the president. You was in prison before that. You got caught with multiple gun charges. It's just like you just keep on being in the wrong place at the wrong time, bro. You know, this is just how I feel about it. I don't feel sorry for Kodak Black. I don't feel sorry for him at all. The man made good music, but you just being in the room, being around people and places and things, man, is going to always get you in trouble. And it's just like a cycle. It goes back to that again. All this money you got, all this fame that you have, you know, you got people, little kids looking up to you. You got grown ass adults looking up to you, and you out here on the corner at 3 o'clock in the morning hanging out with some guys, and then you jumping on somebody. Come on, man, come on. It's just, I mean, at the Super Bowl party, okay, yeah, it is. Y'all get money, y'all be out there at these Super Bowl parties and at these All-Star weekends, and you know, you just don't know how to act. I don't feel sorry for him, bro, at all. Period.
Yeah, I'm not real familiar with them. I haven't heard any of this music, anything like that. You know, first time I think I heard about him was when he said some things about Nipsey's girlfriend after Nipsey's death or some stuff like that. All I would say to Kodak Black is, you know, man, you making money, you know, you have a level of fame and fortune and things like that. And just be aware, man, that, you know, life is short. You only get one, bro.
Yeah, you only get one life.
You only gonna get one life,
yeah.
man. So
and he done had about 5 of them already.
You know, so with all that money that you have and things like that, man, and just kind of, you know, because you know you fairly young, a young man, so it's kind of natural.
Yeah, but he keep
that you
doing
have
this.
that you have that kind of energy in you, you know, because you know I took a lot of chances with my life and with myself when I had that energy, and we didn't even have that kind of money at our disposal. So I can imagine how destructive I could have been if I had the money to help do it. So, you know, just take it, you know, just from a person who don't expect nothing from you, bro. You know, just trying to give you some advice is just, man, just take it slow, man, and appreciate what you have. Keep God first, bro. And, you know, you just got saved. You know, you just dodged a bullet. You know, that could have been not your leg, but it could have been your spinal cord. It could have been your heart. It could have been your throat. It could have been your head. It could have been your eye. It could have been your mouth, you know. So the fact that it was your leg, that's God saying, you know, I'm not done with you yet, giving you another opportunity to get it right. So, you know, my prayer would be that you finally get it right, so that you're able to live on this earth and enjoy your dreams and enjoy the things you're trying to do. But not just to Kodak Black, because we lost a whole lot of rappers to a lot of foolishness, man, and we've lost a lot of black people to gangs and violence and a whole lot of stuff. That's just a good advice for all black men, man, that, you know, we need to stop killing each other.
Yeah,
and we need to quit enjoying when we getting killed, you know, and when we die, you know. And just as black men, we need to, like, really, really, you know, like,
get it together.
Take life serious, man.
Yeah, get it together.
Just take it serious, bro.
Seriously,
you know,
get it together.
You dodged the bullet, man, and that was God.
Man,
who
just
did.
got pardoned by the
God did that for you. So, you know, take that in stride and do better, man. When you know better, you do better.
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna say it like this. I do listen to Kodak Black music, and I do like his music, and I do like him as an individual. But at the same time, when you watch somebody that continue to be in these places and doing these things, you know, I just really want to ask, who around you, bro? Who do you have around you? Who is your advisors? Who is your right-hand man, you know, that have you out in these places? You know, man, we've been through that. We've been through that.
But it ain't about no right-hand man or nobody. I mean, because who could have told you what to do?
I didn't have
at 20.
Well,
I mean, anyway,
plenty people could have.
But even no, if you got an advisor, if you got a lawyer, if you got, you know, people around you, they work for you,
right?
So it's hard to tell somebody you work for what to do, because all they got to do is fire you and hire somebody else.
Yeah, that's true. But we ain't talking about them. I ain't talking about them. I ain't talking about the people I'm talking about the people that's close to him. Like, for an example, when I was running crazy when I was younger, you would tell me, man.
Yeah, but you ain't listening.
I didn't listen. A lot of times I did, though. A lot of times I took your advice. I might not have did it right then and there, but I took your advice. You know what I'm saying? And I might not have did it the way when you wanted me to do it, but I did it. I listened to you. You know what I'm saying? You told me a lot of good stuff that still sticks to this day. You know, so who do he have around him? You ain't never prodded me like, man, let's go to the club, or let's go do this, let's go do that, let's all, cause I got all the money, let's be on the major scenes. Nah, you know, he probably got somebody around him like always got him. Kodak Black is humble. I mean, based off of what I've seen from him, and you know, the interviews I've seen, and a lot of times he was just beefing with Jack Boy. He was supposed to be his best friend. They on social media going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Jack Boy trying to disrespect him. He like, man, why can't we just talk? I mean, Kodak Black really a humble dude. You know, but who he got around him that influences him to have him in places that he really shouldn't be. I mean, he's still young, though. You're right. You got to live your life. And I like his music and everything. But it come a point in time when you got to grow up. Got to grow up, man. Got to grow up. Seriously. Got to grow up. That's it.
All right. So I guess the last thing I wanted to talk about, but I didn't get the information about it, was the black FedEx driver who was shot at, and they almost killed this young brother. And I don't have this information in front of me because I didn't have enough time. Well, I guess I did, but I had some other things to do. But I'm not going to make any excuses. But hopefully next week, or there'll be some new developments in that case, or at least you all can leave some comments if you know anything about it. There was a black man who was doing his job. Was it FedEx or UPS?
It was FedEx, and he was making a delivery to a house. And I guess he went there to knock on the door.
He had the address wrong.
Yeah, had the wrong. What did he have the address wrong?
Yeah, he had the address wrong. So what he ended up doing is leaving. He knocked on the wrong door, so he ended up leaving. But then he ended up seeing the right address. So he double checked his equipment.
Yep.
It verified, okay, this is the right address. So he went and delivered the package. And once he pulled off, a father and a son, I don't have their names, but they started chasing him and you know, barking orders at him, asking him who he was, telling him to pull over, and he wouldn't pull over, and they began shooting at him in the vehicle, bullets going through the vehicle, hitting packages. He could have been shot, he could have been killed. But the worst part about it is that FedEx didn't stand by his side. No one did. The first officers who got the case didn't support him. His job didn't support him, and he was also on unpaid leave for the longest. I think they just recently, because this story came out
for a year.
Yeah, just brought him back to work. And what they were trying to do is send him back to the same route. And it was strange that the police and other people kept asking him what he had done in order to have these people shoot at him. So it was almost like no one was thinking about these people could possibly be racist, or this could be a hate crime. So that was kind of crazy. So
every day, it happens every single day. Yeah, we like to thank y'all for joining in once again. Those are the topics for today. We'll be back again probably later this week. Definitely once a week, but try to get 2 a weekend. And we're gonna try to touch bases on all the topics that are trending in the news, and you know, that we have something personal and something that we want to talk about. We're gonna do that as well. It's been a rough week for me because I've been on the road ride, and then I come home now to get with my brother, and we get on this podcast. But we're gonna keep on reaching out to y'all. We're going to keep on reaching out to y'all. We're going to keep on giving y'all this information. And we're going to hope y'all going to take it and run with it. We want y'all to chime in. We want y'all to like, subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe.
Like, share, and subscribe. No, that's it. Like, share, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? If you see me on, and I have, it's different pages, social media pages, j-matic media on Facebook, j-matic media on YouTube, and j-matic media on Instagram as well. So if you happen to see these podcasts on each one, just share it and like it, and we greatly appreciate it. God bless y'all. Everybody have a great day. And you want to finish up with anything else?
Oh man, no, you basically said a lot. That was good too, actually.
All right.
Yeah, just like my brother said, man, just keep an eye out for us and support. You know, a lot of things start with small beginnings. So we're not ashamed of small beginnings, and we're happy with the, you know, the comments and things that we've been getting so far, and people like showing love and things like that.
Appreciate everybody that been coming through.
Yeah.
Shout out, man, to Adrian Robertson, man, for just reaching out to me the other day.
Let's shout out some people. Let me shout out Quinn Flowers back in Warren, Ohio.
Definitely Quinn Flowers.
Pat Wise back in Warren, Ohio.
Yeah, definitely shout out to Tanya Cowbridge because she be following every day.
No doubt.
Yeah, so it's a lot of Claudette too that's been following. So all the people that's out there.
Shout out to my sons, Will and Chris.
And
Martino.
Sure. Oh, definitely my kids.
Oh, he got about 30.
Don't do that. No. That ain't gonna be it. He'll do that.
That was a joke.
But anyway, yeah. But shout out to all the people that giving us a little bit of support, man. We appreciate y'all. I'm gonna be on y'all. I'm gonna be making videos every day while I'm in my truck, and I'm gonna be asking for the support. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be giving y'all some snippets of what I'm doing while I'm on the road.
Check out those videos of the truck that you got going on. So we got a series going on with him in his truck.
Yeah, I'm actually about to go out and do one right now.
Watch the growth.
I'm about to go out and do one right now. I'm about to go and maintenance my truck real fast and get it ready for Monday because I got to get back out on the road then, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, just shout out to everybody.
Started from scratch, man.
Yeah, started from the bottom.
How many trucks you got?
I got 2 trucks. I got 3 trailers right now.
I already knew that, but I want him to tell y'all.
But I want to, I just wanted my company to grow, and I want to bring on people that's trying to grow too as well. You know what I'm saying? So again, just thank y'all. I appreciate y'all right now. It's a lot of things that I can complain about. You know what I'm saying? But I don't complain about it. You know why? Because there's so many things that I'm happy, and God has been good to me about it at the same time. So, you know, I just thank God every day for everything that He's given me, and I don't be worrying about the things that I don't have. That's just the way I look at it. So, again, thank y'all. Thank everybody. God bless y'all, and y'all have a great weekend, and be safe out there.
Peace.